Hi to YouTube, welcome to another episode of Okay, I'm sorry, we're trying to make a video. We do not want any lemonade, please. I'll clean up my dirty underwear later. God! Ugh.
All the way from Tokyo, Japan to Toronto, here's another episode of Blunders.
In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the long-awaited True Ban List predictions. So we've got our list here of the greatest cards in the world that are going to be banned.
Everything.
Just ban it all.
We're going to do rotations from now on.
Alright, so first things first, we're going to be starting it with the 2-3.
The first card that we want to put back to 3 is Emergency Teleport. Psychics do nothing, Gustos are coming out, so people will maybe play Psychics kind of. It promotes Exceeding because you can special summon level 2s, 3s, 1s from the deck, you overlay them, you make some other monster, and you play nice.
And let's face it, we don't have Maliciouses, so you can't make Stardust and then Dragon us. So who cares? The next card, of course, is going to get a lot of controversy. However, it is needed because, hey, let's face it, we need some defense. Bottomless Trap Hole to 3. Let's face it, we have Torrential to 2. We've got Mirror Forces, we've got Phoenix Chains, we've got everything under the sun. And yet Bottomless is sitting there at 2, not helping us at all. We have huge monsters, aka dragons, that are killing us. Why not have a Bottomless to give some support?
The last card that we're going to put back to 3 is Old Faithful Summoner Monk. He's useless. Plus, he promotes rank 4s.
Rank 4 Exceeding.
Which Konami likes to do. So we'll do that.
Now we're going to a 2.
Which is our most controversial one, and we're really sorry in advance, but realistically this is the best we could think of.
Sorry. You know how they released really expensive cards as really inexpensive things and then ban them or limit them? Well, we're going to do that to Tour Guide, I'm sorry. I know it's common, I know you like playing her because you can finally afford her. However, she needs to go to 2 because she promotes Exceeding. However, she also promotes way too much shenanigans.
The next card is TG Hyper Librarian. I know. However, remember, Formula Synchron's down to 1. We don't have Trishula to do crazy combos with your Librarian. Level 5 Synchro that no longer has utility because no one else is synchroing. So if you want to draw cards off of it, you gotta synchro. Before, you could use it as a stall tactic so your opponent could not overly synchro in front of you. No one synchros anymore. Plus, in Lavials, it might not be that bad to have 2 Hyper Librarians.
Do they want to sell Lavials?
Probably.
Next card, once again, going with our Trap Defense, Mirror Force to 2. Let's face it, you got Torrential to 2, that is much more versatile because you're able to destroy their entire field by them summoning anything. Mirror Force, you can't really activate until they actually attack.
And no one plays it now. So what does it matter if it goes to 2? To be fair, we logically were thinking that we needed some kind of card like Regeki back, or maybe a second Dark Hole, but we figured that's more broken than just giving us 2 Mirror Forces instead. So there you go. Because that guy who goes wind up, wind up, wind up, wind up, and goes attack, and you're like, Mirror Force. And the last card we're putting down to 2, which actually I'm kind of debating to 1, but anyways, Effect Veiler. What?
But
Veiler.
That's the only card that's saving us right now.
Right, or we had this other card that's been reprinted a few times, called Phoenix Chain, which is the exact same thing, but it's less broken because you can actually negate it with like Forbidden Lance and MST. So why not promote that, shut up and use Phoenix Chain and stop using hand traps that are broken as crap. Plus, Wave 2 Tins will probably have Maxi in it, therefore pushing you to play Maxi more than Veiler, and you'll buy Wave 2 Tins. Make sense? I hope so.
Now we're going to...
Uno.
Actually, wait. We have questions. Question marks, that is. Now, we know that some of the decks have to be taken out. We know some of the decks have powerful cards, but we can't really decide what to ban, especially since, Dolka and Lagia come out in tins that they want to sell. So they can't really touch them. So, what we're thinking is instead we're going to touch the 1900 beater that makes the deck this much more playable. We're going to get rid of Sabersaurus, maybe to 2, maybe to 1, maybe banding completely. Something to get rid of that little tiny extra attack point that Rabbit currently has. I understand that other monsters are able to be played like Urabi, which is a 1500 piece of junk card that can be killed by a lot of things.
It can't crash into a Thunder King Ryo. Second deck that we have this huge question mark on what to hit and how do you hit it and what do you do and blah 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 is Final Countdown. Now let's just say, maybe not just so Final Countdown, but any stall variant slow deck that stall burns or stall Exodias you. Konami doesn't like slow decks, okay? So Final Countdown takes 20 turns, which realistically is only 10, but that deck takes forever. So you hit Final Countdown outright, do you maybe hit a monetary truce or 1 day of peace or whatever you want to call it nowadays? Because that card is like ridiculous. Stall for a whole turn, you don't have to do anything.
Let's face it, the games have been getting slower and slower and slower. No, wait. They're faster now. They want it to be faster. They only give you 40 minutes for a round. You can't have the whole time while your opponent's reading garbage cards. You want to be able to get these tournaments in, out, and out the door. The next cards that we're going to be talking about, of course, are going to 4.
What?
Oh, to 1. That's the next
ones
one.
do look like 4s.
Let's face it, we all know it. Dragonfly to 1. You gotta get rid of that Insector loop. You gotta still make them playable, however. They still say that Dragonfly is still playable at 1 with Hornet at 3, and Gigamantis at 3, and Centipede at 3, and Sword at 3. So we're just gonna bring it down to 1, hopefully still make it playable, and not kill the deck completely.
Next card that we're touching is Leviair. We understand you probably only play 1, but what happens at that point in time when something happens and you can play 3 and it's Ricket and it loops and it's bullcrap and you lose? Well, we're going to put it to 1 because this card is overpowered. Okay? It detached special summon from either player's banished.
The next card, of course, is Emergency Call. Let's face it, we have Rhoda to 1, we have Charge of the Light Brigade to 1. We have everything that searches out broken cards to 1. However, these E-Heroes, because they only need to now play like 4 select monsters, because they have 3 also E-Calls, makes the card way too broken.
The last card that's going down to 1 is Wind Up Zenmains. What? Yeah, listen. Konami doesn't like slow players. That's what we've been talking about for the last 17 minutes, and Zenmains promotes slow play. Zenmains is overpowered. It protects itself like Gachi Gachi, and you get to destroy a card. Does that even make sense? Does that make sense to you, the viewer? No, it doesn't. I'm gonna answer for you. You don't even get a voice. Comments disabled. It's in the tins. The tins come out before the ban list, so they're gonna trick you into buying it, and then it goes down to 1. In your face, $1 Zenmains.
And now, for what you all have been waiting for your new garbage pile of shitey cards,
That may come back later.
our ban list. Our actual ban list. First card, everyone has said it over and over again. I don't even think somebody is not saying it. BLS.
What's that?
Black Luster Soldier. Not the ritual. That could still stay in. Everyone can play that. Black Luster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning.
Oh.
Let's face it, Konami doesn't want you to slow play and write your deck list for 300 years. Black Luster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning is way too long of a name. That's the only reason they'll ban it.
Yeah, and it's 8 stars. No one likes 8 stars.
Psst, nobody.
The next card that everyone hates is another wind-up. And he hunts things with a crossbow.
Are you talking about Wind Up Rabbit? Because that's in the tin. You can't ban that.
No, not wind-up rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Wind-up hunter. Because he end loops you and it's not fun Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Konami doesn't like loops.
Because seriously, you can Zen Mighty loop me all day, okay? 1500, 1500, 1500, end with some other guy. I don't care. Who cares?
Mirror Force!
I Mirror Force you, I summon Cyber Dragon, I suck them all up and make Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, okay? That's good. That's fair Yu-Gi-Ohs, okay? You Hunter loop me? That's not fun anymore. Screw you, wind-up guys. LFN.
The next card, and of course, this is a card that we've been saying it for how many ban list predictions? Too many. Future Fusion.
Literally 2, I think.
I think so. Future Fusion has been broken for years. Broken. We finally got to see it take super fruition in the Chaos Dragon deck. Where you go, I open with Future Fusion. Should we go to game 2? It's bull.
To be fair, even in like the old school version of dragons, like Disaster and the other one, opening Future Fusion won you the game regardless of how bad your deck was built, because you have the Wyverns, back then the real Wyverns, the Red Eyes Wyverns, and then boom, 28. Ah! That's not fair. I don't care who you are.
Sucks.
That is not fair. Especially when you back it up with Prime Material Dragons and Jazz. That's not funny.
That would suck.
It's not funny. It's not funny. Plus, Esadari comes out soon, and that's bullshit. We're gonna hurt Chaos Dragons even more. We're gonna kick them while they're down. Because seriously, this deck doesn't make Konami money, okay? I'm sorry. Sure, you maybe exceed once in a while for rank 6s, but...
It makes them $30 so you can buy 3 structure decks.
Yeah, exactly. But then you have to find 3 solar recharges somewhere. But anyways, we're gonna ban Charge Light Brigade. Because 1-for-1 searchables are unfair as it is, and they're always limited to 1, right? But what if your 1-for-1 searchable also milled 3 cards that hit broken stuff? Is that fair? No, because Solar Recharge makes you have a 2-card combo, and then you mill 2 random cards. Charge Light Brigade is a 1-card combo amazingness. Mill 3, search for Raikou or Lila depending on the situation. Good luck. No, ban it. Gone. Plus.
You can't ban Red Eyes Darkness Metal. You can't ban dragons in general. It supports heretics, it supports new decks, it supports the new formats that are going to be coming out, so you can't touch them. So you have to get rid of the Searcher, the big beefy jerk monster, everything. Just gone.
Gone.
And last but not least...
Darkhold! Ha, I ruined it!
No, you didn't.
Oh.
It's going to be Monster Gate. No. Monster...
Tengu. Reborn Tengu. Is it Reborn Tengu?
Nah, that's not gonna get banned. It's a Monster Reborn! Monster Reborn. That's right, it's going to be banned because it doesn't support doing anything. All it supports is going, stolen, or, oh, this is back. That's it. Tell me what you do. You don't Monster Reborn to do shenanigans and exceed and all that kind of stuff. You may do it once in a while, but let's face it, if there was another option in your opponent's graveyard, that's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna Monster Reborn your opponent's stuff, use it as your own. Oh my goodness.
And you're not under pressure to exceed with it. So you don't reborn it to exceed with one of your own monsters. You reborn it and attack for game.
We already have 3 Call Haunteds, so your graveyard is set to be special summoning.
And we have Autonomous Action Unit. Okay, there's another card.
There, now you can take crap from your opponent's graveyard.
Wiseman Chalice.
There you go.
Why doesn't anyone play that card?
Wish I had a table to flip. Laundry basket it is, my dirty underwear.
Either way, bullcrap banned.
Gone.
Get out. Jinx.
Coke.
Pardon?
I
I really can't hear you.
Don't make those binder blunders.
I said Jinx!
Don't make those binder blunders.